Welcome back to Out and About. Today we're right in the middle of talking with the authors of this great book. This is a book for parents of gay kids. It's a long title, so I have to keep looking at it, make sure I get it right. So the book opens with the coming out process. That's the first kind of subject it tackles. And you each tell your coming out story, and you know you have a knack for making it funny. If anybody goes to the Everyone is Gay website, you all do these webcasts, and you're funny. You each have a background in theater. I don't know if you touched on that. So I can't tell our audience, you know, I can't give it a stronger recommendation. And also, you all should know out there that EllenTV.com has recommended this book, talking about a great resource. So anyway, I've rambled long enough. Tell us your coming out story.
Well, I'll do a mini version, and then for the full version, you have to get the book. I'm really into looking at camera 3. I don't know why.
Yeah, once you gave us permission, we could be like, hi.
But my coming out story, you know, with my dad, it was fairly simple. I told him I was dating a girl, and he was like, all right, cool, neato, as long as you're happy. And with my mom, it was a little different. I told her I'm dating someone, and it's a girl, and she said, that's okay, Ellen is gay, and I love Ellen, which I think is, you know, understandable. But it was a pretty difficult process after that. She had a lot of questions, and I think, you know, the way that they were phrased, don't you want a family? Like, don't you ever want to get married? Why don't you want to be normal and happy? Those kind of things really, you know, made me struggle a little more than I think I would have if she had had something like our book to look through and to answer some of her questions. You know, it's just, it's a hard conversation to have when you don't know how to have it, I think.
Absolutely. My coming out process or experience really was over Thanksgiving dinner.
Right.
And my dad was also very much like, if you're happy, I'm happy, it's okay. My mom was very, very religious, is very, very religious, and so it took us about a decade worth of talking and dialoguing and crying and yelling and really doing a lot of work to get to a place where we are today, which is wonderful, and where she has come so far with her faith and her beliefs and her love for me and now my wife. I was just married this past August, so we had a good ending, but a very, very arduous journey.
Right, it is. It's a process. Even for us, we think once we reach that point where we come out, that it might end there, but it's not. Our parents, other family members, and the book walks you through how to get there with your parents. I would recommend to anybody who's about to come out and have that conversation, or even if they already have, your parents are going to flip through this. And Dannielle, you hit on it. Your parents, I mean, I have a 1-year-old. You already have these things that you've not decided for them, that sounds terrible.
Right, but you have like a vision of their life, and you kind of see how they're going to be happy, and you're like, I know that you'll be happy when you're older because you'll find a husband and you'll have kids. And then once you throw a wrench in the works, I guess to say, of like, there just isn't really a possibility for me to have that exact future. It's very, very hard for a parent to immediately flip the script and just immediately start picturing what will make you happy.
Yeah. Right. And the book takes you through, once you get through that process, then there's the parents having to come out to their friends. And that's a weird thing, because their friends are used to seeing their daughter as a certain way, or their son. It's just a long, you cover a lot of topics. I just want to share these with our viewers. So it's coming out, we talked about that, telling friends, telling families, religion. I mean, I know in the South that's a big thing. You talked about it, Kristin. The viewing everyone is different, the sleepover. Like, I mean, that's true, because then they wonder, depending on what age you're coming out, you all came out relatively young.
Yeah, we were both out of the house when we came out, so our parents didn't have quite the sleepover struggle, but if you know young people are coming out in middle school, high school, they're having sleepovers, and that's a concern and a question for parents. They don't really know how to handle it.
And it's cool too, because in our book we answer the question, obviously, but we just started back in April the parentsproject.com, which is kind of an ongoing conversation, and on the site we had a parent and a kid who were going through that right now, trying to figure out sleepovers. We had them answer the question as well.
Yeah, and I think that like one of our favorite parts about the book is that it is a book that will be useful for a parent who's struggling, but it's also an incredible tool for parents who aren't really struggling, who are just like, I accept my kid, I love my kid, that's fine, but I have questions, or I need more information, or I just want to find out some more stuff.
Agreed. And it's easy reading, it's fun reading, and I'll tell you, I had the thought, having went through all this, that it's a good reminder of how to deal with serious topics when you have to talk to somebody about something difficult.
Yeah.
It helps you through it. And we all build it up. You know, we build up this coming out process so big. Sometimes we build it up so much that the other person, maybe not your parents, but they have this unique response because we built it up. They think maybe we're, I mean, I had a friend thought I was having an affair with her husband because I built it up to be this terrible thing, and it's not a terrible thing.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. We
yeah.
tell people that a lot. Like when you sit down to tell someone, it doesn't have to be like, "Hey, I have something to tell you."
Right.
You know, you can be like, "Hey, by the way, I started dating somebody. Her name is Lisa. And, you know, if you have any questions, definitely ask. But otherwise, we're really happy."
Yeah.
Well, we're almost out of time. I want everybody to go get this book and give it to somebody. This is a book for parents of gay kids. It comes highly recommended, not just from this show, but from Ellen TV. That's, I mean, that's the best endorsement
Yeah,
you could
right?
get,
Yeah.
or at least one of. Where can people find you to get your funny gimmick?
Funny gimmick.
It's not a gimmick though.
Yeah. Our funny
No,
non-gimmick.
Our funny non-gimmick. Everyoneisgay.com is the best place, and you can find links there to everything, to theparentsproject.com, to our Twitter, Instagram, yada yada.
all
but-
that fun stuff. And the book is available everywhere, online, electronically, etc. If you're in Nashville, you can go down to Parnassus Books, who hosted us yesterday.
Great.
And yeah.
Thank you, Dannielle and Kristin.
Thank you.
all are doing a lot for our community. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. We'll see you next week on Out and About Today.
There's no single answer to securing your financial future. You need to look at it from every side. Get dependable advice you can count on every week with the Retirement Report on News Channel 5 Plus. Experts on finance, taxes, and the legal system are ready to answer your questions. Don't wait to make a plan for your money. The Retirement Report, Friday mornings at 8 and at these encore times on News Channel 5 Plus. This is your view every morning. Sky 5 rises and shines just like you do. To get to the news you need faster than anyone else. The only full-time morning news helicopter. Sky 5 is a difference you can see every morning. Only on News Channel 5. Here is where we connect.
Update to some breaking news.
Here
Cars
and here.
are underwater this
The breaking news that matters to you can come from anywhere,
Sky 5 HD.
at any time.
See the fire crews arriving on the scene.
See it
There's the explosion.
as it happens.
That's why they were backing the
News Channel 5, streaming live. Stay connected to your news and information leader. Live streaming is driven by Ford Lincoln of Franklin and Ford of Murfreesboro.
I guess I should mention Taylor Swift is here.
It's gonna be alright.
You have crazy, wonderful fans, and they're so cool. Yeah.
Taylor Swift, her turn-ons, her freakouts.
You're scared of getting arrested.
Look at me, I wouldn't survive in jail.
Ellen and Taylor,
I'm Taylor with a Y.
And I'm Ellen with a Y.
all hour.
It's perfect.
Monday at 3 on News Channel 5.